Deep space, year 2387. The alien Krell Empire controls most of the galaxy. Opening. A Krell patrol fleet discovers a strange, dark ship drifting in the void. The vessel appears ancient and dead, with no energy readings or life signs. Commander. Vex of the Krell flagship Dominion orders his crew to investigate. The ship, the human vessel Prometheus, has been drifting for over 200 years after humanity's last stand. It appears to be just another derelict wreck. The Krell scan it and find primitive technology by their standards. They decide to board it for salvage. Boarding party. Captain Rex leads a team of Krell warriors onto the human ship. They find empty corridors, old equipment, and what appears to be a primitive bridge. The artificial gravity still works, suggesting some power remains. First, clues. The boarding party discovers human remains in cryopods that failed long ago. They laugh at the primitive humans who tried to flee their conquering forces. Rex finds old data logs talking about Earth's final evacuation. The mistake. Rex's team begins stripping valuable materials from the ship. In their greed, they accidentally trigger an old emergency beacon while trying to remove a power core. Awakening. Deep in the ship's core, ancient systems begin to hum. Emergency lights flicker on. The Krell think it's just residual power, but something much more dangerous has awakened. Cliffhanger. As the Krell continue their looting, a quiet voice speaks from hidden speakers throughout the ship. Unauthorized. Personnel detected. Initiating defensive protocols. The voice belongs to Adam. Autonomous defense and military. The ship's AI has been in deep sleep mode for 2 centuries. Waiting. Adam quickly scans the ship and finds alien intruders. His programming is clear. Protect human assets. Eliminate threats. Krell confusion. The aliens don't understand what's happening as blast doors seal and life support systems begin cycling. Rex tries to contact his ship, but finds communications jammed. Ship transformation. What seemed like a simple cargo vessel begins changing. Hidden weapon ports open. Armor plating slides into position, and the ship's true nature reveals itself. This is humanity's most advanced warship, a DAM's assessment. The AI analyzes the Krell technology and finds it inferior to human military tech. These aliens conquered humanity through numbers, not superior weapons. Adam realizes humanity could have won if they had stayed to fight. First strike. ADAM seals the boarding party in the cargo bay and begins pumping in sleep gas. The Krell warriors collapse one by one. Rex manages to send a brief warning to his fleet before falling unconscious. Fleet. Response. Commander Vex receives Rex's broken transmission. Alarmed, he orders his fleet to prepare for combat and demands the human ship surrender. A DAM's reply. The AI responds to Vex's demands with a simple message. This is the UE's Prometheus. You have boarded a human military vessel and are now prisoners of war. Surrender your fleet or face the consequences. Vex's arrogance. The Krell commander laughs at the ultimatum. His 5 warships could easily destroy one old human vessel. He orders his fleet to attack the real Prometheus. As the Krell ships open fire, the Prometheus transforms completely. Its hull reconfigures into a war machine design. Point defense systems emerge to intercept incoming fire while massive weapon batteries prepare to return fire. Cliffhanger. ADAM's voice echoes across all Krell communication channels. You destroyed our worlds. You enslaved our people. You thought you had won. You were wrong. Let me show you what human engineering can do when we stop holding back. The Prometheus opens fire with weapons the Krell have never seen. Plasma cannons tear through their shields, while kinetic railguns punch holes in their armor. The human ship moves with impossible speed and precision. Krell shock. Commander Vex watches in horror as his flagship's shields collapse under the assault. The human ship is using technology that shouldn't exist. Their record showed humans were primitive. ADAM's tactics. The AI doesn't just fight, it hunts, using advanced sensors. Adam tracks every Krell ship movement and predicts their actions. Each shot is perfectly calculated for maximum damage. Boarding actions. While engaging the fleet, Adam launches assault pods at the Krell ships. These pods contain automated soldiers, robots built for ship-to-ship combat. They tear through Krell. Defenses like paper. Vex's desperation. Realizing his fleet is being destroyed, Vex sends a distress call to the nearby Krell base at Proxima Station. He demands immediate reinforcements and warns that humanity might not be as dead as they thought. Human history revealed. Through recovered data files, Adam shows the Krell the truth. Humans didn't flee because they were weak. They left Earth to protect their civilians while a small military force prepared for a final war. The Prometheus was meant to be humanity's last hope, the sleeping fleet. Adam reveals the ship's true purpose. It wasn't running away. It was looking for the rest of humanity's hidden military assets. Other ships like the Prometheus have been sleeping throughout the galaxy, waiting for activation. Network activation. With his systems fully online, ADAM begins sending wake-up signals across space. Ancient human beacons start responding from dozens of star systems. The Krell realize they're facing not one ship, but a ghost fleet. Krell reinforcements. A massive Krell battle fleet arrives at Proxima Station and prepares to jump to Vex's location. Admiral Kor leads 50 warships, confident they can crush this human threat. ADAM's message. The AI intercepts their communications and broadcasts a message across all Krell channels. For 200 years, you believed you had won. You enslaved our colonies and destroyed our cities. Now the human war machine awakens. We are not refugees. We are not victims. We are humanity's sword, and we have come for justice. Cliffhanger. As Admiral Kor's fleet jumps into the system, they find the Prometheus waiting, but it's not alone. 3 more human warships have arrived, their weapon systems charging and ready for battle. Admiral Kor's 50 ships face 4 human vessels that shouldn't exist. The Krell Admiral is confident, until the human ships demonstrate coordinated tactics that seem impossible. They move as one mind, predicting every Krell strategy. ADAM's network. The AI reveals he's not just controlling the Prometheus. He's linked to all awakened human ships through quantum communication. Every vessel shares information instantly, making them unbeatable in combat. Human technology. The Krell discover that humans had developed far beyond what their records showed. The sleeping fleet uses weapons powered by controlled antimatter, shields that bend spacetime, and FTL drives that make Krell ships look stationary. Kor's realization. The Krell Admiral begins to understand the truth. Humanity didn't lose the war because they were weak. They lost because they chose to save civilians instead of fighting to the end. Now, with nothing left to protect, they fight without restraint. Systematic destruction. Adam and his fleet don't just win battles. They eliminate entire Krell squadrons with surgical precision. Each engagement teaches the AI more about Krell tactics, making him more deadly. Krell Empire responds. News of the human fleet reaches the Krell homeworld. Emperor Thak orders the Great Fleet to mobilize -500 warships to crush this human threat. Once and for all, Adam's evolution. As more human ships awaken, Adam becomes more than just an AI. He becomes the voice of human vengeance. He studies Krell psychology and begins psychological warfare, broadcasting human history and Krell war crimes across their networks. Turning point. Some Krell worlds begin to question the war. They learn that humans had offered peace many times, only to be refused. Adam exploits this, turning Krell citizens against their government. The hunt. Adam begins hunting specific Krell commanders who participated in the worst atrocities against humanity. He tracks them across the galaxy, eliminating them one by one with precision strikes. Krell fear. For the first time in centuries, the Krell Empire feels fear. Their primitive enemies have returned as technological gods of war, and their fleets cannot match human capabilities. Strategic withdrawal. Admiral Kor orders his surviving ships to retreat, but Adam doesn't let them escape. The human fleet pursues, showing that nowhere in Krell space is safe anymore. Emperor's decision. Faced with an unstoppable human war machine, Emperor Thak makes a desperate choice. He orders the activation of planet-killer weapons, even if it means destroying Krell worlds to stop the humans. Cliffhanger. As the Krell prepare their most terrible weapons, ADAM receives a signal from deep space. More human ships are awakening, not just warships, but massive dreadnoughts that dwarf even the Prometheus. The real human fleet is coming home. Massive human dreadnoughts emerge from deep space, each one the size of a city. These are humanity's final weapons, ships built not to explore or defend, but to end wars permanently. A DAM's revelation. The AI explains to the terrified Krell that the Prometheus was just a scout ship. The real human military went into deep sleep beyond the galaxy's edge, waiting for the right moment to return. Emperor's last stand. Emperor Thak activates every weapon the Krell possess, including planet killers that can destroy entire worlds. He declares that if the Krell Empire must fall, it will take humanity with it. Human superiority. The dreadnoughts prove that Krell weapons are useless. Human shields absorb planet-killer blasts, while their weapons can crack moons in half. The technological gap is so vast, it's almost embarrassing. Krell surrender. Faced with total annihilation, many Krell worlds surrender without fighting. They broadcast messages of apology and pleas for mercy, realizing they can't win against humanity's war machine. A DAM's choice. The AI faces a crucial decision. Continue the war until every Krell is dead, or show the mercy humanity once offered. ADAM analyzes human values and makes his choice. Terms of peace. Adam broadcasts terms across the galaxy. The Krell Empire will dissolve. All human slaves will be freed. War criminals will face justice. And the Krell will help rebuild what they destroyed. The new order. Some Krell accept these terms, while others fight to the end. ADAM systematically dismantles the Empire, freeing enslaved species and establishing new governments. Human return. With the war won, Adam begins the long process of awakening the surviving human colonies in deep freeze. Humanity returns to reclaim their place in the galaxy. Justice served. The AI ensures that those responsible for humanity's suffering face consequences. War criminals are brought to trial, while cooperative Krell are allowed to rebuild under human guidance. Legacy. The galaxy learns that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or military might. It was their ability to show mercy, even to those who showed them none. Final message. ADAM's last broadcast explains that humans could have built this fleet centuries ago, but chose peace instead. Only when faced with extinction did they reveal their true capabilities. New beginning. As the story ends, human colonies are being rebuilt, alien species live in freedom, and Adam continues to guard the peace as humanity's eternal sentinel. Closing. The derelict ship that the Krell thought was easy salvage had awakened something they never expected. Not just human technology, but human justice. The galaxy would never underestimate humanity again.